Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors, including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife. Now, we do our best each week to bring you tasteful content, but viewer discretion is advised. Now, enjoy the show.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
This week, we start our show by stopping by to see our friends at Gateway Subaru in Delmar.
We're getting ready for summer and oyster fritter sandwiches by heading to the Hebron Carnival grounds.
Scorchy Talls takes us to Crisfield to meet a shipbuilder of a different nature.
And we introduce you to Polytech's Kiana Young, the latest recipient of the WBOC Mountaire Farm to Table Scholarship.
Outdoors Delmarva starts right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show dedicated to a commitment of conservation and to the community that makes Delmarva's outdoors such a hidden gem here in the Mid-Atlantic. My name is Jason Lee. Hey.
Oh, and I'm Lauren Hitch.
You okay?
I'm just thinking about oyster fritter sandwiches.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here's Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
Our friends at Gateway Subaru recently showed us some of the cool features with Subaru's Starlink technology.
And it was so easy that even Jason understood it.
So glad to be back here at Gateway Subaru once again. And Joseph is going to talk to us about Starlink. There's a lot of cool features with that. You want to kind of walk us through that?
Yeah. So the Starlink service is run by an app called My Subaru. It has where I can quick start the car at a regular temperature. I can lock and unlock it, but I typically go to where the climate presets are.
Oh, wow.
There are 3 presets that are already in there. Okay, you've got automatic, full cool, and full heat. And then you can add 4 presets of your own based on how you use your vehicle. I've got the temperature set for 69 degrees. I've got the air set on top and bottom. I've only got the fan speed at 3 because I don't want it, too much. And as you can see, the defroster where the air is circulating. I can even turn my heated seat on and off right on the spot. I'm going to have the engine run for 10 minutes until, and if I don't go into my car for 10 minutes, then the engine's just going to cut back off. I don't have to have line of sight where I have to go blip blip.
Right.
I can actually just send a message, and as you can see, the engine has started. Now the next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to get an email. Now the email is to tell me, hey, your car has started. Now, what if I'm not the one who started my car, somebody else is? Then I have notification that, hey, something fishy or funny is going on with my car. You have the option, hey, my car has been stolen. I get on the phone with the service and I call them up and say, somebody has taken off with my car. I have vehicle immobilization, so they won't get far, and they can track the vehicle as well. Wow. Everybody here goes to the beach.
Right.
So if it's time to pack up the car, again, I don't have to worry about line of sight. So I tell the kids, it's like, okay, ready to pack up, get ready to go, get everything taken care of. And I'm sitting there and just starting the car from my phone with that setting that I mentioned to you. So by the time I get there, the car is actually nice and cool and ready to go.
So it's basically like your dashboard is on your phone, and you can control everything as far as your climate goes to make sure that your vehicle is as comfortable as you want it. Joseph, thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You can always check out more about Gateway Subaru at the website gatewaysubaru.com.
Don't forget to schedule your vehicle with the Gateway Subaru Service Department ahead of your summer road trip.
And you can do that right now at gatewaysubaru.com.
Coming up on the show, we'll meet a Crisfield shipbuilder in this week's Remembering Scorchy Talls.
But up next, we're headed to the Carnival grounds in Hebron. Outdoors Delmarva returns right after these messages.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, which is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine and Bell Creek Equipment.
Welcome back to Outdoors Delmarva. Jason, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry, I was just counting down the days until the Hebron Carnival. and those famous oyster fritter sandwiches.
We're here with the Vice President of the Fire Department, Pete Peterman. Pete, tell us about how the Hebron Carnival got started all those years ago.
Carnival got started back basically in 1926 as a campground where they had kind of like camp revivals and stuff, and then from there it kind of turned into what you see now with rides and food stands, games, bingo, pretty much a little bit of everything.
And what does an event like this mean for the fire company?
It means a lot to raise funds for just for the fire company itself, as in day-to-day operations, training, equipment upkeep, new equipment, just like a business.
We've got some different rides here too. So you guys have the Scrambler, we've got the Ferris wheel, little roller coaster, and then there's some kiddie rides too for the toddlers.
Kiddie rides, tilt-a-whirl, bumper cars, a little bit of everything. New this year, we have the new Coleman electric golf cart that we're raffling off this year. Another raffle we're doing is the Yeti raffle with multiple Yeti coolers and tumblers and stuff. But basically the same, as every year. So.
There's also games and stuff for the kids too.
Yes, different kind of games, ring toss, there's a pop gun, there's a dime toss, skee ball, the frog pond. It's multiple kids games.
So even if you need some nostalgia here on Delmarva, coming out to the Hebron Carnival.
Yes, it's pretty much the same thing almost every year. There is a couple new things here and there sometimes, but we try to keep it, that more not commercialized, more of the hometown kind of carnival.
And there's a lot of other food vendors and stuff out here as well.
Yes, we have hot dogs, hamburgers, ice cream, cotton candy, candy apples, funnel cakes, you name it, we might have it. A lot of people come here just for the oyster sandwiches and that other food, but a lot for the oyster sandwiches. This year, they'll run Wednesday through Saturday, June 14th through July 8th. Food stands open up at 6:30 and rides open up at 7:15. Fireworks on July 1st, rain date on July 2nd.
How much work goes into getting this thing up and running?
A lot of work. It's not just one day, it's multiple days of trying to get the rides put together after they've been taken down, get them inspected, ready to run, and all the stands too, not just the rides. We do have our firemen that run the rides, and we do have volunteers that help on some of the rides too.
What does it mean to the community to have a carnival like this?
Just hearing seeing the people come back year after year, being able to listen to the kids screaming when they're on the rides, and being able to talk to people through the years of what they've seen and what they've changed through the carnival. So,
what is your favorite part?
It's multiple parts. Well, the first night is my favorite part, and then after that, it's probably waiting until the last night to get it over with. So, but it's an ongoing thing that we need to keep going in the community to keep the fire company going.
Man, is it Wednesday yet?
Soon, big guy, very soon.
I suppose I can wait. In the meantime, we're going to head back to Scorchy's Corner when Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, returns.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, Higher Standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, Everything But the Water, and Bell Creek Equipment. For farm, home, or fun, Bell Creek is #1.
Welcome back to Outdoors Delmarva. Now, we're no strangers to life on the water here on the peninsula.
And a Crisfield man was tasked with keeping that heritage afloat in this week's Remembering Scorchy Talls.
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchy Taws, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
Raymond Rainbow Lord of Crisfield is taking a lot of pride in his latest shipbuilding venture.
I'm building a scale model of the Pride of Baltimore 2.
Raymond Rainbow Lord was commissioned to build this first ever exact scale model reproduction of the Pride 2 through recommendation by the Downtown Salisbury Revitalization Agency. He was asked to complete it in 6 weeks.
My first reaction was, well, can I do it in a month and a half? And that meant that I'd have to stay out here late at night, 7 days a week, to try to do it. But the reaction was that I was so proud that they chose me to do it.
Building the Pride became an obsession with Rainbow Lord. He fretted and worried and spent uncountable hours in his 12 by 18 foot workshop.
Just about every waking hour, other than the time I'd go in, sleep for a few hours, and come back out and work some more.
42-year-old Rainbow Lord is a very humble person. He finds it hard to believe he was chosen to build the Pride model.
I'm very proud, very proud. It's an honor for them to choose me to do such a famous boat and an honorable boat.
This coming weekend, Rainbow Lord's Pride 2 will be on display at the Ward Foundation exhibition at the Wicomico Civic Center. It will be there as part of a statewide fundraising effort to rebuild the famed ship that was lost in a storm in May of 1986. Rainbow says he'll be there too. You might find it worth your while to stop by, admire his masterpiece, and chat with this cheerful man who will always be her captain. Scorchy Toes, wandering our Delmarvelous land for WBOC News.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is presented by Shorts Marine, online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know the ideal wind speed for sailing is between 8 and 12 knots? But for beginners, a wind speed of 5 to 8 knots is preferable.
Did you know that the youngest person to ever circumnavigate the globe by sailboat was Laura Decker of the Netherlands, who achieved the feat at the age of 16 years, 123 days old?
But did you know that the Guinness Book of World Records doesn't list her achievement because they don't want to encourage anyone younger than that to try and beat it?
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Welcome back to Outdoors Delmarva. The school year might be winding down, but we still have some business to take care of.
We are proud to partner with Mountaire Farms to recognize area high school seniors who have a passion for agriculture or the culinary arts. We're proud to introduce to you Kiana Young from Polytech, the May recipient of the WBOC Mountaire Farm to Table Scholarship.
With the rising cost of food and everything, me and Miss B decided that we needed to figure out a way to get some donations in to get some food in, and try and offset some cost here. So I was scrolling through, and we reached out to Tyson, we reached out to Purdue, we reached out to Mountaire Farms, because you guys all have a donations website. And when we came back in the fall in August, we had the email from JR, the Pearl over with you guys, the company that got back to us, just eager to work with us. And that's really where this partnership comes in, is it gives us the ability to allow my kids to train and to have those extra bits of food to practice the skills on. This group of kids was the kids that went out with COVID. So they were here freshman year, and then once COVID hit in March, they were out, which is right when we choose our shops, when they're interviewing and all that. So these kids got to go around and taste see the shops, but then when it was time to go in and actually make these decisions, those interviews were all done via Zoom. And then their whole first year, they weren't here. Kiana, really made the best of it. She's had a job for 2.5 years now. She's competed in Pro Start as part of the competition team, which is above and beyond everything we do here in the classroom. It's countless hours leading up there to prep. She's been out on co-op this senior year, so she's had a job. She's out doing it, in the industry working. So that's why we chose her. She's that all-around, well-rounded student, super interested, going to culinary school, has a job, out working. She's doing it.
I did a lot of baking with my family, mainly with my mom, making different cookies and baking different things. And then I started cooking with my dad as I started growing up, learning family recipes.
She found a passion that kind of was sparked, and I don't know where it was, but something happened. She joined the Pro Start team in her junior year, and I think that's kind of when it started for her. She figured it out, she went for it, but she was definitely, the adversity was COVID hit her. She was home when the others were here, but it didn't stop her. She came right in. Kiana has figured it out. And last year she started out as a very shy, young student. And this year she was ready to compete. And she brought it this year. And she was the senior. She was the one that did it last year. She had poise. She had, she just brought something to the table that she was ready to rock. And she was ready to move on. And she's gonna kick college's butt.
For my career, I'd definitely like to end up being a baker, like opening my own bakery, possibly like along the lines of like cupcakes and cakes. Thank you to Chef and Miss B for taking the time to teach us everything that we need and help us for any little things that we need.
Kiana Young, for your commitment to feeding the world like we do at Mountaire Farms, it's my pleasure to present to you the WBOC Mountaire Farm to Table Scholarship Award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Once again, congratulations, Kiana. We wrap up our 2022-2023 Farm to Table Scholarship next week. But if you would like to learn more about the program or see previous winners, you can search Farm to Table at WBOC.com.
Coming up after the break, we'll wrap up the show with your latest pictures, plus the Longhorn Butcher and Taxidermy Mount of the Week. Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, returns right after this.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, Higher Standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, everything but the water, and Bell Creek Equipment. For farm, home, or fun, Bell Creek is #1.
Welcome back to Outdoors Delmarva.
It's time to flip through the photo album and check out your latest pictures thanks to our friends at North Bay Marina.
Jay Smith of Somerset County shows off a picture-worthy catch.
Lane Ross of Houston went all the way to Onancock to reel in this 20.5-inch rock.
Claire Jones and Charlie Jones are a fishing family as they pose with their respective rockfish catches.
Tony Scarteville of Bridgeville sent in a couple of pictures he took of Cape Henlopen from the ferry terminal during a recent tour illuminated by last weekend's Strawberry Moon.
And Stephanie Montrose captures those stunning colors of some wood ducks on Chincoteague Island. If anyone ever questions why we love waterfowl here on Delmarva, just point them in Stephanie's direction.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina.
Keep sending in those pictures by emailing outdoors@wboc.com.
Now, before we let you go, it's time to check out the Mount of the Week brought to us by Longhorn Butcher and Taxidermy in Pittsville.
The featured mount this week is this 6-point Sika deer harvested in late December by Kevin Donalds Jr. of Wicomico County. To check out more great mounts or to get yours scheduled, and for all your butcher needs, check out Longhorn Butcher and Taxidermy on Facebook or stop by their Pittsville location on Morris Road.
That's going to do it for us this week. Don't forget, you can check out all of our social media links, YouTube, website, and email by scanning the QR code in the bottom right corner of your screen using your phone's camera.
So until we see each other again, right back here next week, my name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch, and we hope to see you
Outdoors Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, is presented by Gateway Subaru, Higher Standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine and Bell Creek Equipment.